and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Meg and we do crafty things here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning into another video. I appreciate it so much, and we've already broke beyond my expectations for the year, for the channel in general when it comes to subscribers. So thank you so much for those returning subscribers. And if you're new, consider subscribing if you like doing crafty things too. Today, we are going to do not a bracelet related project. I kept telling you guys we were going to do other crafts. Today is the first one. I don't know where you live, but where I live, it is currently -30 out, and with the wind chill, it's -40. And you're like, is it Celsius or Fahrenheit? It doesn't matter, because I'm pretty sure it's what, -40 that they line up. So it's just really cold. So for today's craft, I don't know why, but I decided we should do snowflakes. So we're going to do a large 3D snowflake out of paper. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some paper, whatever color you want. I'm just going to use classic white printer paper here. You need 6 pieces of it. You will also need a pair of scissors. You will need some tape, and you will need a stapler. So first things first is I just got a stack of paper here. I'm gonna count out 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna put the rest away. Okay, so now we need to make squares out of our paper. I've got a single sheet of paper here, and I need to make a square out of it. So in order to do that, I'm going to take just one corner and I'm going to fold it so that the edges of our paper meet. And I'm just going to flatten this out so it looks like this. Okay, so we've got our folded part here and a long rectangle here. We're now going to cut this rectangle off. So following the line of our paper here, we're going to cut that off. We can set this aside, use it for scrap paper or whatever you need to do. And then when we open it up, we have a square piece of paper. So we're gonna do that for all 6 of our pieces, and then I will meet you guys back here. Okay, so now I've got all 6 pieces of my paper cut into squares. We're going to, again, just grab one, and I'm going to show you how to make one branch or petal of our snowflake. So with it folded in half as a triangle still, okay, so this is my folded edge here, this is our open edge here. We're going to fold this in half again. So I'm just gonna bring my bottom corner up to my top corner. Ooh. And crease it. Okay. So now when we look at this, you should have an edge that has 2 folded sides. So this edge is folded, this edge is folded. You should have one folded edge here, and then just completely open edge. So what you're going to do is however you want to hold it in your hand, you're going to cut diagonal lines from your single folded edge up towards your double folded edge, leaving a tiny space there. So I'll show you what this looks like. So I'm going to do 3 cuts. I'm going to do one about here. And if you can see there, I've left a teeny tiny little, hopefully I didn't rip that, teeny tiny little bit of paper still there. We don't want to cut it out. We just want to come close to the edge. Second and a third. You could get a ruler out and get very precise with this. That's up to you. I'm not gonna bother. And the more cuts you add, the kind of different it will look. So add or take away as many cuts as you want. It'll give you a different look, a more unique snowflake. I'm just doing 3. That's the original pattern I was taught in school a bunch of years ago. But when we open this up, because we didn't cut right to the edge, we should have a whole bunch of basically squares kind of cut here. Okay, hopefully that shows well. I know it's white, so it's not the greatest color to use. And now we're going to get our tape. So to do this, what you want to do is we are going to fold our paper in alternating directions. So I'm going to take a small piece of tape, just like small, and I'm going to tape my 2 innermost corners of that small center small center square together, like this. So we've got like a little tunnel here. Then I'm going to flip it over, and the next square pieces, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take my corners and fold them in together like this. So now it looks like this. Again, you've got like a little tunnel here. I'm gonna flip it over. Do the same thing with this next one. And I've seen these, when I was first taught how to make these, actually, funnily enough, I learned how to do this the same year I started making friendship bracelets. So about 14 years ago. I'd never seen anyone make them before, and now they're all over Pinterest and everything. So you guys may have seen this before, but okay, so now it should look something like this. We have each section alternating, and this is a complete petal for our snowflake. So I'm gonna do it one more time so you guys can see. So we've got our square folded in half. This is our folded edge over here, and these are open edges. We are going to fold the bottom corner, up to the top corner. And now you should have a side that's got 2 folded edges right here, a side that's got 1 folded edge, we're gonna put it along the bottom, and a side with open edges right here, so where there's no folds. Now you're gonna take your scissors and you're going to cut however many you did for your last petal. You're going to cut the same amount and try to space them the same on this one. So I did 3 cuts, so I'm gonna go 1. I think this one's gonna be slightly better spaced than the last one, but that's okay. 2, 3. Remembering that we're cutting in on that single folded edge up towards our double folded edge, but not all the way. Otherwise, you're just gonna cut squares out of your paper. Now we're going to open our paper up, and you get this piece of paper with all these squares cut in it. So we're going to take our first little piece of tape, and we're going to fold in the corners of our smallest section, like so, and it creates like a little tunnel. Now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing again. And this one should be in the opposite direction of your first little tunnel, or your first loop, whatever you would like to call it. So you should start to look like this. So we've got 2 squares hanging out here still, but we've got the alternating sides. So we're gonna flip it over so we're the opposite direction of our last layer. And we're going to tape these edges together like so, and then flip it one last time for our last edge. So we look like this. Okay, now we're gonna do that for all 6 pieces of our paper. Okay, so now I've got all 6 petals of my snowflake finished here. They're all here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to start attaching them together in a long string. So taking 2 of your petals, you're going to connect, if you look at a petal, you should have one with an outer edge and like a smaller edge. You're going to connect a big side to a little side. So my next petal here has a big side and a little side, big side, little side. So I'm going to connect this one's big side to this one's little side with my stapler. So I'm going to line them up as best as I can. Again, I didn't use a ruler, so it might not be exact, but that's okay. So I've stapled them together like that. And then we're going to bring in another one. And I'm going to connect the big side to the little side. And staple that together. And do the same thing with the next one. The big side to a little side. Until all of your pieces are connected together. Okay, so now I've got my full string of petals. We're going to collect them all in the middle. So I think I'm actually gonna raise you guys up even more here. Okay, so I've got all my 6 pieces in a big old chain here. And we're going to gather them all in the middle. So you're just going to gather them, kind of lining up your corners. Just in a stack, like so. Okay, and we're gonna staple that. There we go. And now I think you guys can probably see where this is going at this point. All right, so at this point you guys can probably see where this is going. We've connected them all in the center here. And now we're going to take our 2 sides, and you'll notice it's a big side and a little side if you've done your chain correctly. And we're going to staple those together. And there you have it. A beautiful 3D paper snowflake decoration. Perfect for Christmas, but perfect for just winter in general. Now I've made these before in like light blue paper and they looked really good. I've made them before where we've done them in just white and put glue on them and sprinkled like glitter on top of them, which look pretty cool too. So there's lots of things that you can do with this. Like I said, you can also do more slits and it looks more intricate and kind of delicate. It's completely up to you. It's completely customizable. It looks really hard, but it's actually really, really easy. So I hope this helped you guys out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more crafty content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all then. Bye.